Rock Climbing Grandma here. In this video, I'm going to show you some foot techniques that'll get you up a wall. One of the key things for a beginner climber is to learn how to place your foot. So I'm going to show you some techniques that you can use, and this is going to get you up that wall faster and better. In this gym, we have an 8-carton hold. Just put your toes right up there. Easy peasy. So let me explain a little bit by telling you about rock climbing shoes, because normally you don't climb without rock climbing shoes. Rock climbing shoes are specifically made for you to rock climb. So let me show you the differences. So first of all, here's my foot. Never mind, let me show you another video of that. Okay, so you're looking at my foot, and then you're looking at my foot next to my shoe. My foot next to my shoe is relatively the same size. There's lots of room to move around and wiggle, and I can walk very easily wherever I go. Now, you're looking at my shoe next to a rock climbing shoe. As you can see, that toe box is a little bit smaller. That toe box in a rock climbing shoe is there to keep your toes from wiggling around too much, because you depend a lot on your toes when you're rock climbing. The shoe that I'm showing you right now, which is a standard beginner shoe, you can tell it's got a nice flat bottom, it's got a nice big toe box, there's plenty of room there for you to move around and feel comfortable, because in the beginning your toes aren't very strong. Now this is my rock climbing shoe now. It's a little more aggressive, and if you look at it next to a beginner, you can see that the toe box is just a little bit more tiny and pointy. Now you can see that my shoe has actually got more of a toe turn down. These are actually getting a bit old, so the toe turn down isn't as good as it used to be, but it's literally been made to look like a rainbow so that the toes are always turned down. That's strengthening your toe. It's also strengthening your heel for things called heel hooks. Now in this video, we'll just be talking about the toe part of these shoes and how to use your shoes and your toes to get you up a wall. Okay, so here is an example of a very easy foothold. It's like going upstairs basically. You're not going to find a lot of these in the rock gym, but they are in the rock gym, and it's very simple. All you have to do is get your foot up there. Ta-da! And keep climbing. Oh. After you look at the pink Death Star, don't forget to like and subscribe. Beginner climbers tend to do a lot of this kind of thing. They try to get their entire foot on the whole thing and then step up as if they're on a step or a ladder. But this is rock climbing. You generally want your toes to be facing towards the wall. You also want enough space so that you can move your foot back and forth, just in case you need to go to the left or right. And on this hold, because it's not flat on the top, it's kind of easy to slip off of it. So in order to stay on it, you will have to keep your heel down. So in this position, it's easier to slip, but if I put my foot down, I have more rubber on there. And that extra rubber on there is going to hold me on there so that I don't slip. You know, they're still doing construction in the gym. They're still putting up walls. All this filming is tiring me out. Now, this little guy, he's much smaller. You really want to use your toes for this, and this is where that toe box comes in handy. So let me show you. You want to use the tips of your shoes, so the outer edge, or you want to use the inside edge of your toes. And I'll show you why. There's a reason for that. Your foot works best on climbing walls when you use your toes. So if you're using too much of the other bones in your foot, you're likely to fall. You're likely to not have as much strength, and you're likely to lose balance. I'm going to show you how to use your toes to keep your balance and to be strong. So let me show you what I mean. If you put your bare foot on the wall, you can kind of see where all the toes are, right? Let me put my bare foot on the wall. In this position, I'm using my big toe. My big toe is able to curl and hold on. So this part of my toe is the part that is going to stay on that. And if you look at the shoe, here's my shoe overlaid that's where my toes are going to be. So the tip of my toe is here, and the bottom of my toe is here, and it is crunching around and holding on to that. Now, another thing to keep in mind is you might not want your foot to stay in that position, right? So let's say you're moving around and you need to turn your body, so you want to be able to take your foot and turn it. Now, as you can tell right now, my toe is holding on to this hold like I'm a monkey, right? So I'm turning, my toe is still holding on. Now, this is not a very strong position to be in because only my big toe is holding on. So that's another thing to keep in consideration when you have your feet on the wall. I might need to move my toe here and be able to go here. And then once I get there, I now have all of my toes engaged and holding onto this hold. So when you're wearing climbing shoes, it's all about where are my toes and how are they holding on to these tiny little footholds. Bloop. Bloop. Alright, so this green guy down here, he's got a little crevice in him. I'm going to be able to stick my toe into that crevice to be able to move off of that. Think about where my toe is right now. My toe is sort of sideways on that crevice, trying to stay on it. And I'm really curling it around there, but I'm also getting ready to apply pressure as I go up. Here we go. Hope nobody kicks me off this wall because this is a top rope. Alright, now this yellow one, he always scares me. He has like this much, but it doesn't look like that much. So every time I put my foot in, I'm like, I'm gonna fall, I'm gonna fall, I'm gonna fall. I usually would put my right foot onto that green one and then cross my foot over to the other side, which is another technique you can do where you sort of cross feet over. So let me show an example of that. So first of all, I'm going to get my foot all settled onto that green one. I'm going to put my weight onto it, and then I'm going to move over it, and then I'm going to put my other foot on the other one and just go right back. Where you guys at? Hey, don't forget to like and subscribe, okay? Okay, the next thing I want to show you is a foot switch. And a foot switch is when you have your toes on one of the holds and you bring your other toes over and you switch. And this is very, very helpful, and it can be done on smaller holds. It just takes a little bit of practice. So there you have it. There's some techniques on how to use your feet on the wall, and I hope this helps you out. You could help me out if you give me a like and let me know if you like this video, and if you really like this video, subscribe because there'll be more stuff coming. Also, don't forget to hit the bell because then you'll know when the next one is being uploaded, and I will be doing some more of these technique videos in the future, plus some other rock climbing stuff that you might be interested in. So stay tuned, and here we go. Rock Climbing Grandma here. I'm here to share with you a few tips about rock climbing. In particular, we're going to find about... Oh my god, I'm just going to take a nap. There's chalk on my camera.